What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another video. So the first thing I want to say is happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And yes, I'm doing a video on Thanksgiving. I really enjoy doing these videos, and I'm very appreciative of all the support that I've been getting. So I will continue to do the daily video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so I have some really good information to talk about today. We're going to look at the things that are going to expire in December. So we have a few different things that are going to expire in December. Some of this stuff is going to kind of blow your mind where you're thinking, okay, we really need another stimulus package because these things are very, very crucial and very, very important. And then also, if you are on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, make sure you watch this video all the way through, because at the very end, I'm going to talk about COLA and what percentage to expect at the end of the year. So those are the two things that we're going to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me flip over to my screen here, and I have my little flow chart for you guys to check out. And we're going to start talking about expiration dates. Now, before I get started, there is one expiration date that I didn't put on here, and that is December 11th. So we have the continued resolution. It expires on December 11th. And what that means is you need to either do another continued resolution, or we're in a situation where we'll have a government shutdown if we cannot agree on a budget. So Congress needs to sit down, agree on a budget for next year. If they cannot agree on this budget, then guess what? Now we're looking at a government shutdown in the middle of a pandemic, and when we're trying to negotiate a stimulus package, and during a transition from one president to the next. That would be really chaotic. So I'm hoping they'll do a continued resolution and just move this forward, or maybe use this as a negotiating tactic in order to get a stimulus package for the American people. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But that is the first expiration date that we're going to see in December. Now let's look at some of the other stuff here that we're going to be looking at in December that I think is going to be very, very crucial. All right, so the emergency unemployment relief. So we're talking about the enhanced unemployment as well as the extension. So the states were able to extend their unemployment. Those things will be running out in December. So something definitely needs to happen when it comes to another stimulus package, or we're going to be sitting in the same situation where there's no enhanced unemployment, there's no extensions for unemployment at the state level as well. All right, eviction moratorium. This is something that's been talked about a lot. We saw the executive order to do the eviction moratorium. That will end in December as well. So that's going to be something else that's going to need to be addressed. And I'm hoping what they do with a lot of these things is they just extend for another 30 days. That way, when Joe Biden comes into office, then he'll have the opportunity to do what he wants to do with some of these things. Now, ultimately, the ideal situation would be to have another stimulus package in December, right? But the reality is it's going to take a while to get that done. And I'm really not seeing it happen in December. So at the very least, extend it for 30 days. And then when Joe Biden comes in, then maybe they can move forward with something a little more concrete. Student loan forbearance. This is another thing. This is another executive order that President Trump put out a couple of months ago. So with the student loan forbearance, that means that you're going to have to start paying your student loans back. And so hopefully they can extend that further down the road. So the next thing here, small business debt relief. So some loan programs and stuff like that, they will be expiring in December. Paid sick leave and tax credit. Okay, so this is something that they were allowing businesses under 500 employees to have these 2 weeks. So let's say if you were to get sick with COVID, or if you were in a situation where a family member gets sick with COVID and you need to take care of them, well, they would give you the 2 weeks paid sick leave. Now that will be expiring in December as well. Payroll tax deferral. You remember President Trump had the executive order, said payroll tax deferral. We're going to do that. So you'll get an extra, 6.25 or something like that percent on your paycheck. Well, that will be expiring in December as well. We don't know what they're going to do with this whole situation, because you remember the talk was that it would be forgiven, but now President Trump is not talking about forgiving it anymore. At least we haven't heard anything. So that might be a situation where those people that are receiving this payroll tax deferral right now, you might have to pay that back, which is very, very unfortunate. And that was the fear, and that's what we're looking at. We're looking at the reality now that might happen. All right, last thing we're going to look at here is state and local funding. So when it comes to state and local funding, you know how I feel about this. I'm very, very pro state and local funding. However, that $150 billion will expire at the end of this year. So that means in December, it's going to expire. And so we're looking at a situation now where these state and local governments need to spend this money. They need to spend the money before the end of the year. So we'll have to see where this goes. I would hope that they could extend it a little bit and not force state and local governments to spend money on just things that just to do it now because they're going to lose it. I mean, that wouldn't make much sense, but that is kind of how government works. Sometimes they'll give you a deadline. If you don't spend the money before the end of the deadline, then you lose the money. That never made any sense to me. But that's what we're looking at when it comes down to it. So these are all the things that will be expiring in December. And you see, I mean, people are really going to be suffering even more now with some of these things expiring, as well as businesses, small businesses. And I'm sure the economy is going to take a hit because of this. So all we can do is hope that we can move forward with something else. All right, now let's talk about SSI, SSDI, Social Security. All right, so we have good news here. We have 70 million Americans. This is going to affect 70 million Americans, a 1.3% COLA increase. Okay, that will begin December 31st. So I put some information here for you. I'll post a link in the description so you guys can check this out. But let's say you want to check out your account. You can go ahead and go to the socialsecurity.gov website and find out what your status is when it comes to the account. And then also you can find out more information about COLA there. So that's some valuable information for people who are on Social Security, SSI, SSDI beneficiaries. So that's all I have for you guys today. But more importantly, I want to know what you guys think about all these things that are going to be expiring in December. We really need to see something happen. And like always, in the description, I have information I have the switchboard for Congress. So you can contact your congressperson, you can contact your U.S. senator and let them know, hey, look, we need this now. We need a stimulus package now. I know back before I was talking a lot more about this, contacting them. I think it's very crucial before the year ends to at least get in touch with them and let them know. Some of them are lame ducks. So some of these Congress people will not be coming back in January, but at least you can talk to the people who will be here and will be returning and let them know, hey, I voted for you or what have you. And I really expect to see something when it comes to another stimulus package. So please check out those links in the description. If you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.